At long last, the time has finally come to highlight the fiercest dragon in Runeterra. No, not that one. There we go.
Time to spread my wings.
Shyvana is a ferocious jungler with more tools than ever before to chase her foes and take them down in one fell swoop. It's time to unleash your inner dragon. Welcome to the Shyvana Champion Spotlight. First, let's look at Shyvana's passive Scale Mail. Shyvana gains Scale Mail stacks whenever she secures takedowns on champions, large minions, and large monsters. Each stack grants her armor and magic resist and strengthens her other abilities. Shyvana's ultimate, Dragon's Descent, will feel very similar to what her mains know and love. She earns Dragon Fury whenever she strikes enemies with attacks and abilities. When the Fury bar is full, she can activate Dragon's Descent to enter her dragon form, flying to a target location, damaging enemies below, and causing them to flee for a short time. Shyvana's dragon form also grants bonus health based on her Scale Mail stacks, increases her attack range and size, and empowers her other abilities. Speaking of other abilities, let's talk about her Q, Ember Strike, which empowers her next attack, dealing AoE damage. It can be recast for another strike after a short delay, giving you a little more control over how you focus your firepower. In dragon form, Shyvana gets an additional recast that deals a burst of true damage, making it a great finisher in teamfights. Basic attacks reduce Ember Strike's cooldown, so if you want to keep the devastation going, be sure to stay in the fight. Her W, Inferno Aegis, gives Shyvana a shield that increases based on the number of nearby enemy champions and Scale Mail stacks. It also grants bonus move speed to help her pursue her enemies. When the effect ends, or upon recast, the Aegis detonates, damaging enemies in the surrounding area. When cast during Dragon's Descent, Shyvana also gets a substantial heal if the detonation hits an enemy champion. Finally, Shyvana's E is Molten Burst. Molten Burst launches a fireball that explodes upon hitting enemies or reaching its max distance in an AoE blast. While in dragon form, Molten Burst deals more damage, travels faster and farther, and pierces through enemies, pulsing to deal damage each time the fireball strikes a champion or large monster. It also leaves a trail of fire that roasts enemies in its wake, dealing additional damage over time. For Shyvana, stringing the right abilities together is everything. Molten Burst slows enemies down, while Inferno Aegis speeds you up. Using both successfully makes it easier to stick to your opponents and keep the attacks coming, and those attacks lower your Ember Strike cooldown in turn to maximize your damage output. Make sure you stock up your Dragon Fury ahead of important objectives as well, so you can descend into the fight in a blaze of glory. Try casting Inferno Aegis before you transform, then use Dragon's Descent to jump right into the back lines, and recast W to hit foes with a burst of damage they never saw coming. If you don't plan ahead, or if you don't time your recast properly, you'll quickly discover that your roar is bigger than your bite. The best way to counter an enemy Shyvana is to maintain some distance with good kiting and strong disengage tools. Shyvana wants to stay in the fight and maximize the value of her dragon form, so if you can stall her out, you'll have a much easier time turning the encounter in your favor. We wanted this update to empower Shyvana mains with more ways to leap into the fight and become their best dragon selves. And for those of you who haven't tried the half dragon yet, if you enjoy divers with high skirmishing potential like Hecarim and Set, you might like bringing the heat to your enemies as well. Unleash the Inferno within and wreak righteous devastation upon your adversaries with Shyvana the half dragon.
Triumph draws nearer with every kill.